Hello, church. I'm speaking to you today from our sanctuary. And as you can tell, our sanctuary is empty right now. But very soon, we're going to be able to resume in-person worship services. And this sanctuary is going to be buzzing with personality and life once again. We look forward to being able to gather in person. In fact, that's what I'm wanting to talk to you for just a moment about today, is what to expect when we return to in-person worship. I do want to take a moment before I do that and tell you thank you. Thank you for your prayers and thank you for your patience. This has been a trying time for everyone, and I thank God for Eubank Baptist Church. I want you to know that in-person worship services are going to resume on Wednesday, May 20th at 6 p.m. We will gather in this place for our normal prayer gathering, and we will pray for the church. We will pray for each other. We will pray for our community. We will pray for our resuming our in-person worship services, and we will do that at 6 p.m. on Wednesday, May 20th. On Sunday, May 24th, we will celebrate our first in-person worship gathering here in this place. We're going to be gathering together at 8:30 and 10:45. These are the times that you consider to be our normal worship gathering times, 8:30 and 10:45. Now, there are some things that will be different, and I want you to be aware of that. There will be no Sunday school. There will be no Sunday school as we resume our in-person worship gatherings. Our worship times will be 8:30 and 10:45, and the time between those two times will be spent cleaning and disinfecting the facility and getting ready for the next service. Some things to consider before you attend that I'd like to share with you right now. First of all, I want you to know that all of our services are going to continue to be streamed online. So you can remain home and be a part of what's going on here at the church. All services will continue to be streamed online. If you are not comfortable attending in-person worship services yet, please join us online. If you are in that vulnerable group that we've learned so much about during this time, we encourage you to stay home and join us online. We want you to know this is an opportunity that we're extending to you to be with us in spirit and to worship from your home. I'd like to share with you some things to expect as you return to in-person worship. And actually, these begin even when you are at home. We want to ask, if you have a temperature of 100.5 or greater, we ask that you stay home, and join us online. If you have experienced a temperature of 100.5 within the last 48 hours, or had any other symptoms that are attributed to COVID-19, we ask that you stay home for the safety of those around you. Join us online. This is a great alternative, and we encourage you to continue to do that. Also, I want you to know that we will be entering through the front sanctuary doors. We will be entering through the front sanctuary door closest to the bell and the parking lot. This is the only door that we will enter and exit the facility through unless there is an emergency. I'd ask that you arrive no more than 15 minutes early. Please do not arrive more than 15 minutes before the scheduled service time. This will allow for traffic flow and cleaning to take place. As you arrive on the church facility, greeters will welcome you to the church. They will greet you and welcome you. They will not be shaking hands, and they will be wearing a mask, and they will even be wearing gloves. They will invite you into the facility, and hand sanitizer stations will be available there at the doors. The greeters will be the only ones that will operate the doors. Again, just lessening those touches that we have and making sure that we keep everyone as safe as possible. It is recommended that you wear a mask as you come to worship. Masks will be available and will be offered to you if you do not bring your own. However, that number is limited. We ask that you bring your own mask and that you come prepared to wear that during our worship time. We also ask that you maintain proper social distancing. That means we're not going to be doing the handshaking and the hugging that we typically do. Trust me when I say, this is going to be as hard on me as it is anyone in this church, because you know how much I enjoy and love that contact. I want you to know that bulletins will not be distributed as we go through this COVID-19 procedure time. Bulletins will not be distributed. As you pass the greeters arriving, you will see the ushers who are waiting for you. And ushers are going to assist you and your family in finding a seat. Seats are spaced at proper social distancing distances. As you look out into the congregation right now, you can see that the seats are further apart. We have placed those so that you may sit with your family at one of these rows of 6. You may sit with your family and those that you are exposed to in your household. If you have a family and it's larger than the 6, we're going to accommodate you. We're going to find a spot for you to sit. We are prepared and excited for our return to church. I want you to know also that we will be sitting together as families. That means youth and children, where you guys usually like to sit together. Right now, we just can't do that. We've got to sit with our families. This is one of the guidelines that we've been given. Offering plates are not going to be passed during the service. You will notice as you arrive, there is a black box that is located between the 2 back doors. And that box is there to collect our tithes and offerings. And you will have the opportunity to place your tithes and offering there either before the service or after the service. But offering plates will not be passed during the services. Attendees need to understand that restroom access is limited. We are only allowed to have one person at a time in the restroom, and the restroom has to be cleaned between every person that goes in. So we ask that you try to use the restrooms only in cases of emergency, but the restrooms are available, but it will be one person at a time unless it's someone who needs special assistance. No nurseries will be provided. No child care will be provided. No children's church or youth activities will take place. This will be worship only. In the event that you have a child who needs a diaper changed, there are changing stations available in the restrooms. The nurseries will be locked just to prevent us spreading any kind of illness. The ushers, at the conclusion of the service, will dismiss the congregation row by row so that we can exit the building efficiently and so that we can limit the contact that we have with one another. As we go out of the church, you're going to be asked to continue on toward your vehicles so that we can get the sanctuary cleared and so that we can clean and get ready for the next service. I know these things seem extreme, and I know it's difficult for us to face the fact that we've got to do these things in order to be able to return to worship. But we want to be good stewards, we want to be good citizens, and we want to be good brothers and sisters to one another. So I ask that you have an open attitude and an open heart about these things. And I ask that we will be able to come together and worship in spirit and in truth. Yes, some things are going to be different, but here are some things that will be the same. We are the same group of believers that are worshiping the very same God in the very same way. And we look forward to seeing you. May the Lord's blessings be upon you. And we look forward to being back together.